Are we ready?
Poor guy, he's like,
all right.
man,
Yeah, he
bless his heart.
well, he's just, sometimes you just got to coach them along. But they'll be in great shape once we get them there. Yeah, make them there playing for success. Nothing's really changed. We just have to kind of keep tweaking it down. One thing is check the taxes for me.
All right.
Yeah, because I think I was overestimating on taxes. Okay, all right, everybody. A little housekeeping this morning. Thanks for joining us for the morning grind. Got us a new piece of furniture over here. Not my man Josh. Josh is very much alive. This piece of furniture, I guess also in a certain metaphysical sense, is alive as well. It's all energy, right?
Yeah, sure.
It's part of my present moment practice. Hey, would you care for a new interest rate? Great. Oh, sorry, it's not quite that alive. All right, so let's get settled in a little bit and get started with some gratitude. We'll start over here. Zeke, what are you thankful for this morning as we start the day?
Just waking up today.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
I like it. That's what my mom used to say. Any day above ground is a good day. And Ed, is quite all right that you didn't call me back yesterday. Apology accepted. No big deal. I know. You said I apologize for not calling you back, and then you got no response from me because I got busy with something else. But no problem, man. No problem. What are you thankful for this morning?
I'm thankful Tommy's done moving.
Yeah, I got you. Moving from house to an apartment to get ready to move. So good news is you'll get a chance to do this again in September, right? Yeah. What's the sling for there? Is that a moving injury? Man, I'll tell you what. Workers' comp. I hear you. Josh, what are you thankful for this morning? Besides finally being back.
I was feeling like shit the last 7 days. I had something wrong with me.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
How is this possible?
I was at the beach, I was sick
right?
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's what it was. You were sick. I was just thinking he drank a lot.
No. Yesterday I was sick as hell. Yeah, my mom really. Doctor, I went and got a steroid shot, and he was like, "Yeah, you probably had COVID."
Really?
Yeah, I just didn't go to the doctor because I was at the beach.
Man.
You have a really bad sinus infection right now, but you probably had COVID before that.
Mm.
I'm like, oh shit.
Well, there you go.
I'm feeling better. I got a steroid shot yesterday. I'm thankful for steroid shots.
Thankful for steroid shots. All right, Mr. Van, what are you thankful for back there?
I'm just thankful we're having a really good end of the month in our business.
Yep, very good. Finishing the month, leaning forward. It's an interesting time in business right now in the real estate and real estate finance business, isn't it? A lot of things change. A lot of things are moving around.
Yesterday was a good day.
Okay, tell me about it. What happened?
The yield went down a lot.
Yeah. Rates got a little bit better, and then we gave some of it back.
Yeah.
But hopefully we've kind of hit a point where they've decided to stop wrecking the train and decide to get it on track so everybody can start finding more affordability and that kind of stuff. So
6.5 this morning.
yeah, it's interesting on the mortgage and real estate front. Here lately, the FHA product has been a lot better than the conventional product. For a long time, the sort of first-time home buyer product was FHA. When I first started in the business 25 years ago or so, that was kind of like your first-time home buyer product. Well, then conventional, they introduced some products with low down payments and affordable mortgage insurance, and so those things began to get a little bit more close in nature, and oftentimes the conventional may outpace the FHA as that preferred product to be the best fit for that first-time home buyer. Well, now what's happening is, and I just had somebody that this happened with yesterday, that they are a conventional customer in every respect, regular conventional customer, but apples to apples, their payment is going to be a couple of $100 lower. Closing costs are going to be the same. And if you compare the FHA with conventional, the FHA is just beating its pants off. It's the craziest thing. I've never really seen that before, but we've actually got a customer who's going to switch from a conventional loan at 95% to an FHA at 96.5%. They're going to put a little bit less down, and their payment is still going to be about $200 cheaper because of FHA, because of the rates and the new improvement in mortgage insurance. So keep that in mind. If you're out there and you've been looking at a conventional scenario, don't forget to double back, turn that stone over and see if FHA may be a good option for you. So at any rate, it's interesting the way the market sort of fluctuates like that. Okay, so good to be with everyone. This morning I wanted to talk about having purpose in your work. So just like in life, just like in family, just like in any other pursuit or any other thing that you spend your time doing, there is, whether you actually say it or not, there is probably a purpose behind what you're doing. Sometimes the purpose may be it's what everybody else is doing. There's times in your life where you find yourself just doing something because everybody around you is, so that may be the purpose. But I think asking yourself what the purpose is behind what you're doing, and then focus on intentionally creating the purpose behind what you're doing. So here's a couple of quotes about purpose and potential to kind of kick off the discussion. Spend 80% of your time focusing on the opportunities of tomorrow rather than the problems of yesterday. I would say probably spend 100% of your time looking at opportunities of tomorrow instead of focusing on the problems of yesterday. But I think what they're saying here is quickly make sure that you align your day-to-day with what your overall purpose is. So we spend a lot of time up here helping people purchase real estate, sell real estate, all those sorts of things. So what would you say your purpose is when you're looking at your career, looking at the time that you're spending, focusing on real estate and up here in this room? What would you say is the purpose behind what you're doing, Josh?
Make as much money as possible.
So your purpose is to make as much money as possible. Zeke, what is your purpose behind what you're doing?
I'd go with the same thing he's saying too, and
All right.
also just to help people kind of build a portfolio.
Okay, so now under the category of try to make as much money as possible, how do you plan to do that? If that is your purpose, if your purpose is to make as much money as possible, how do you plan to do that?
Strategic ways by being creative and obviously helping out as many people, but really solving problems.
Solving problems.
At the end of the day, it's what it is.
Solving problems. Okay, Zeke, how do you plan to make as much money as possible? You alluded to one of your strategies, right? Because there's a difference between purpose and strategy, right? So what is the strategy behind how does your purpose to make as much money as you can, how does that unfold on a day-to-day basis?
That's a great question. I'd probably just say trying to help people as much as I can throughout the day. I know a lot of people that I've called recently have been a lot, like you're saying, first-time home buyers. So helping a lot of people like that get into a home and find different possibilities and problem solve, figure out a way for them to get into a home.
So I would ask you, is your purpose to help people or to make as much money as you can?
To make as much money as I can.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Can you make as much money as possible without helping people?
No.
Can you help people and then determine whether you made as much money as possible?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
where it all sprouts from helping.
So I would
The
say
end goal would be, it's like two goals here. It's like a small goal and then a big goal. Small goal, or I guess a replaceable goal every single day would be helping out as many people as possible. And then the big overall goal would be riches.
It's like how some people say, like, be selfless so you can be selfish.
Mm-hmm.
all right, be a go-giver,
Yeah.
right, instead of a go-getter. Okay, so what is your purpose? Do you think God put you in this spot right here, right now, to make as much money as you possibly can?
No.
So that's not your purpose.
Right.
So what is your purpose?
Help people.
To help people.
Go giver.
Go-giver. So all of the answers that you may have, so what you're telling me is your first reaction is, I want to make as much money as I can. But then very quickly you get right down to the purpose, and the purpose on a day-to-day basis, when you start to call Joe and Jane homeowner, or you're looking at evaluating 123 Lucky Lane as a potential for one of your clients, are you thinking, how can I help Joe and Jane get housing affordably for their family, or are you thinking, how can I make as much money as possible?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm thinking that, like, hey, how can I get these people into the best scenario?
See how very quickly your true purpose starts to overtake what you even have as your goals.
Like Sean.
Right. It's a great example. I'm so invested in helping Sean get that house.
I told him to his face, I said, listen, I
Yeah.
don't give a shit about the money. I'm more invested in getting you into a house.
Right.
Like, I would do this without a paycheck. I'm just on a mission right now to get you a house.
That is exactly right. That is the focus. That is the purpose. That is the purpose. You said something about helping people sort of build some portfolios. So it sounds to me like part of your purpose is going to be to have people learn how to create wealth through owning real estate, right? So that becomes a purpose. Let's look at another one. The single common denominator of men and women who achieve great things is a sense of destiny. Do you feel a sense of destiny in your work? In other words, at this point, even if as young as you are, you've been in the business long enough, when you start to envision yourself down the road, do you feel like it's a matter of will I succeed, or a matter of when I succeed, or a matter, how do you feel about what you're destined to become in your career? Or do you even feel that at all? Or you just write day to day?
No, I write my goals down every single day, what I want to accomplish. And whenever I see those goals, like whenever I look at them, it's not what if, it's when.
Matter of when.
Yeah.
Do you feel a certain destiny in your work? And now, Zeke, you're kind of getting a little bit started down this road, but you had some interest in this. This was the direction you wanted to go. You didn't just fall into it. You've been working for a while towards this direction, as far as time and schedule had to free up, but now that is starting to happen. So do you feel a certain sense of destiny in your work?
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of times people have general interest in something they're going to have like a knack to be good at. So, I mean, I think something's always kind of driven me towards this field.
Yeah.
So I think, like you were saying, it's not like what will happen, it's when will it happen.
Okay, so
I'm convinced. The person, I've learned this, the person that's not convinced that they're going to make it isn't going to make it.
now you bring up a really great point. It may have been Abraham Lincoln that said that the man who, people ascribe all sorts of things to Lincoln and Churchill and all these different people, but somebody said the man who thinks that he can and the man that he thinks that he can't are both right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Okay, so if you feel like you have a destiny to be successful in real estate, and you feel like you have a destiny to be successful in real estate, then your purpose sort of takes care of itself, right? So you want to make sure that you start with the end in mind. So if you say to yourself, this is what my destiny is, then it should be easy for you to see what are the things that you're going to be doing on a daily basis. And what I hear from both of you is that your real destiny is going to only be fulfilled by the number of people that you help.
Mm-hmm.
How do you help people? You become a professional. You dedicate yourself to your craft. You learn the ins and outs. You solve problems for people. You get involved in their lives and help them figure out how to live their lives in combination with this real estate, housing, etc. Right? So let's look at one more. You contain within yourself a unique combination of talents and abilities which, properly identified and applied, will enable you to achieve virtually any goal you can set for yourself. So you have your destiny, what you're destined to do. You have your purpose. Now, look at your unique talents. Everybody's are a little bit different. How many people are there in this building on a daily basis? 30 or so? Mm-hmm. There are 30 different approaches and 30 different unique skill sets. Josh, you have unique skill sets that Zeke does not have, and vice versa. Mm-hmm. Look at your unique skill set. Look at your passion. Look at your desire. Apply that with purpose to your work, and then see how many people you can help. All right? You guys have a great day. Van, take us out of here.
Thank you. Let's get it up.